Hi, friends. Liquidy back again for part 2 of my chat with Paula Mulamula of Talk SHIT with P. She has an awesome podcast, so definitely listen to it. And she's back for part 2 of our episode where we're talking about advice on traveling to Tanzania, what you need to know, what not to do, and how to find good gluten-free food in Tanzania. You'll love this episode. If you didn't listen to the first part, go back to last week's episode and definitely check it out. Here again is Paula Mulamula with advice on traveling to Tanzania.
Welcome to the Travel Gluten-Free podcast, where you can listen in on how to lead a gluten-free lifestyle with more fun and ease. Travel gluten-free is like having a best friend by your side to give you the most up-to-date gluten-free traveler information. Let Travel Gluten-Free be your #1 source for tips, tricks, and advice you can use to safely navigate your next gluten-free travel adventure. Enjoy food, enjoy travel, and enjoy life. And now, here's your show host, Illiquity.
So it's better to try to speak with Swahili and mess up, and then they respect you for at least trying. Because in France, I remember that trying to speak French to somebody, and they were like offended that I was trying to speak.
Oh,
I'm like,
French people, okay. French people are mean. I am sorry, but your French people are mean. And that's why even when I spent a semester there, I hated Paris, especially if you're in Paris. But then we all know that about big cities, Paris, New York, London, like most people, because it's a fast life. But when I went to Toulouse, people were correcting, and it was the south of France. I enjoyed. I would say if I move, I'm going to move in the south of France. People were nice. People were correcting. People were willing to teach you. So it's just that they actually like it when you mess up so they can teach you. They get excited. Oh my God, she's learning. And we are quick about teaching, but also we are quick about teaching bad words in our language. We love teaching bad words in our language. So they might teach you a word and pretend it's not real and it's a bad word, because we also like playing. We like playing. We love visitors. We love travelers. Like, we are very welcoming culture. And that's one thing I've had. Anybody who has gone to Tanzania will say, oh my God, I love Tanzanian people. Your energy. We are very loving people. We love new people. We love catering to new people. We love showing new people. We love showing our culture to new people. So just don't be afraid to be yourself, as long as you're respectful.
And then are there any American signs? Because I know this is like, it doesn't translate universally, like peace sign, or don't translate well in Swahili. Because I know like there's certain like hand gestures that if you do them in America, they're cool. But if you do them in other countries, you're insulting somebody.
Not that I know of, because one thing I don't want to accept in real life to the world out there, but I am going to say it, is we try to copy a lot of the American culture. So everything kind of goes. We don't have any signs. Well, the middle finger is always whatever it is, but every sign, we don't take it any offensive. Just don't say the N word and you'll be fine. And just
I would hope nobody would do that at any point.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I was in Malaysia, right? And I say that N word a lot. And I've dated white guys, and I would call my white guys that name, because to me, personally, again, everybody is different. To me, it's not offensive, because I call my friends, like, I feel like it's a word of somebody I love. Like, that's my,
Yeah.
I understand the background of it. I understand where it comes from. But in my head, I'm like, we are never going to change the narrative if we think everything is offensive. That happened there. It is what it is. And you take it as it is. But even when I was in Malaysia, I would let my Malaysian friends call me that word. But I would also give them a warning. You can do it to me. I don't care. I don't mind. Call me. But I'm just going to tell you, if you take it outside to other people, how they react is there. So be mindful. Because we already know each other, I'm accepting. But don't go out there and saying that word, because everybody takes it how they take it. Give them a warning right now. Like, just because you can say it to me, don't think you can do it out there, because everybody is different. But
if you get jumped, I warned you.
Yeah, don't come to me and say, Paula told me, because I feel like in order to move on in life, some things you got to let them go. And to me, it is what it is. And I'm this person who I like making people uncomfortable, and I like using the words that people use on me, on my account. So if I'm already calling myself that, even if you do call me that, you're not pissing me off because I'm already using it on myself. So
that's funny. So getting back to the food thing, Paula, what fruits and vegetables is Tanzania really known for? That's like, oh, this is really good. Like in Oregon, it's like blackberries. What else? Oh, hazelnuts is a big Oregon crop. So what are some like crops that are really well known that people love to eat in Tanzania?
bananas, because we also do grow them. We do grow coffee grains. We eat a lot of potatoes because of fries. As far as vegetables, a lot of people we grow a lot of vegetables like spinach, mchicha. We are full on. When I tell you we are growing people when it comes to vegetable, kids are enforced to eat vegetables from a young age. That thing of carrot for your eyes and stuff, like they install that on us, and I hated that. We also do milk because we have cows. Like we are really those. We have farms.
Is goat milk more popular in Tanzania than
Oh
cow
yeah,
milk?
because we squash them. Most people have got milk like from the farms. We do a lot of chicken, like our chicken are from fresh. People grow their own chicken and eggs, like they come. For most part, where Americans are seeking all these natural things in Africa, we've already been doing that. We've been living that, and I think that's why. No offense to you, Americans, that's why as Africans, we look younger than our ages because we've already been living this healthy lifestyle. We grow most of our stuff. I grew up with my mom who she didn't do it in our house. My late grandfather, he had a big backyard. They had chicken, they had roosters, they had eggs. They were doing all this business. He had a bar. So everything is homegrown, most of us. Like even when supermarkets started bringing all these American products, people go to the supermarkets for specific things.
Yeah.
As far as vegetables and stuff, they go to the market. We have markets. We have a place called Kariako. If you ever want to see how people sell their fruits in market, I know you guys do farmers market and all this, but Kariako is a different experience. But also go with somebody that you really trust and who can take you around there. Because even me, I'm from Tanzania and I don't go to Kariako by myself. I go with somebody who pickpockets and all that. So if you really need to pay attention to your products and
Surroundings.
you can just be out there on your phone like my friend, next thing you know that phone is gone. I got my phone stolen out of a window at night driving, and there's people just, and next thing, and I'm like, and we were just going to get pizza with my brother. The window was open in a very nice neighborhood, but they hide in the beach and they wait for the lights, and of course nobody's gonna go running after somebody under the beach when it's dark, because you don't know how many people they have there. You don't know if they have a knife or a gun. It can be very like pickpocketers are a lot and people with knives. So just be safe. Make sure you trust people. But go to Kariako. It's a market where you see how people the tomatoes, the vegetables, like they come from their gardens. Most people have like agriculture is big in our country. Corn, bananas, like everything, we grow them. A little bit more expensive as well because that's people's time, money, like energy, but they're healthier. So people don't buy the stuff in supermarkets. We go to supermarkets for normal stuff.
What are some foods in Tanzania that you wouldn't find in America? Or it would be harder to find in America? Like that, it would be like a specialty item in America, whereas like in Tanzania, they grow it and pretty commonly.
Well, first our coffee, duh.
It's a whole nother level of coffee.
I'm gonna tell you, once you try this coffee, you're gonna be like, so Paula, how are we gonna work this out? How am I gonna get more of this coffee? I don't know. What do we have in Tanzania? Maybe I guess our culture food, because I don't know what's grown in Tanzania. To be honest, I didn't really look in American food, how it's grown or anything.
Different parts of Tanzania, you're going to get like the different local foods in those little sub-regions, right? With all those different tribes that have like their own way of cooking different things. So if you get the same dish, but you're in two different regions of Tanzania, it may taste a little bit different.
So Dar es Salaam is the big city, right? And our food is all the same, but every tribe cooks it different. Just like the potatoes I eat in like the bananas I was talking about from my tribe. When I eat it with my mom, with my grandmother cooked it, it's amazing. But then Uganda, which kind of shares a border with my tribe, They also make it, but it's also different. But I love Uganda because I went also to school in Uganda for 2 years. So we used to eat that a lot. And they make peanut stew with it, which we don't do
Ooh.
that. And I used to hate it until I tried it. And oh my God, that thing is so good. The peanut stew in Uganda, it's amazing. But oh, we also grow cashew nuts. We are very big on that. We have amazing cashew nuts. Actually, do you eat cashew nuts?
Yes.
I'll get my sister to bring you those too. I had some in my place until the fire, so I'm not sure. I think we threw things out. I think all the food we threw it out. But yeah, I'll make my sister bring you cashew nuts and coffee. Like it was,
Oh,
it was.
yum.
Oh yeah, and we also have ubuyu. Oh my God, I'll also get you that.
Wait, so how do you spell it?
Ubuyu, Ubuyu.
And for those of you listening, I will put this in the show notes so you guys have that.
And the thing with Ubuyu, it comes from this plant where they have to break it and get all the nuts. And then some of them, they leave it like that. And some of them, they put artificial colors. So it's like a seed, but it has something on it. So you just, until the seed, because you can't swallow the seed or you can't like bite into it because of the seed. And then now they've started making spicy, and now they also make them in, you know how tweezers are? So they make it like that, but most of the time they're round. So also the Zanzibar Ubuyu is so different from the Dar es Salaam Ubuyu. So even people in Dar es Salaam, they go to Zanzibar to buy the good Ubuyu because the Zanzibarians make it proper. And if you ever go to Tanzania as well, Zanzibar is the state of spices. We have all these amazing spices. All spices come from Zanzibar. If you all love cooking with spices, you're like in Zanzibar, you get the proper from the ground spices. Like as soon as you get out of Zanzibar, all you smell is spices. So if you're big in spices, make sure you go to Zanzibar and buy all them spices. I'll make sure Ubuyu korosho, and I'll make sure I text my sister about that and they bring it to you. I will definitely make you a Tanzania care package, and then we can do an episode where you are reviewing them.
Product review.
But yeah, we are known for Ubuyu. Ubuyu is, oh my God, that's one thing I'm always ordering back home. Like, it's amazing.
Hey, gluten-free friends, it's Liquidy. We know that traveling gluten-free can be hard, but you know what? It doesn't have to be impossible. You can still travel and be independent, have fun, and be in control of your life. Travel the way you want to, even with celiac disease. I know because I travel extensively several months out of the year with celiac disease. If you want to get started on learning more about how to travel gluten-free, grab my free ebook, 10 Tips for Traveling Gluten-Free. In my ebook, you're going to find the basics of traveling gluten-free, from the questions you need to ask when dining out to air travel and cruise travel advice. You're going to find my top tips that I've learned from my expertise. Get your free ebook today by visiting my newly revamped website, www.travelglutenfreepodcast.com. Go to the bottom of the welcome page where you're going to see the beautiful Caribbean boat picture. Click there and sign up today. Receive your free ebook, which is going to be dropped directly into your inbox. Remember, go to www.travelglutenfreepodcast.com. Go to the bottom of the welcome page and get your free ebook and find out my top tips for traveling safely when you're gluten-free. So let's talk about fun things to do in Tanzania. So what are some things that if someone's going to Tanzania, you think they should put on their checklist of things to do when they're going there?
Definitely, if you're a person for island hopping or anything, Zanzibar is one of the places you need to go. We have so many islands in one big island. If you're also into historical facts, because Zanzibar also is known for its prisons, and if you read up about Zanzibar, that's one place you'd want to go and find out. We also have safari, Ngorongoro, Serengeti. That is one thing I would say, if anything, that's one thing you definitely need to do. And depending on your budget, there's some hotels where you're literally showering where a lion walks by or a tiger or something, like you see them right there. So if you're exotic, do that. And the thing is with Tanzania, you have everything in one. If you're all about hiking, Mount Kilimanjaro, do you know how many people have traveled to go climb that mountain? If you're into jewels, we also have Tanzanites. If you've ever heard about Tanzanites, they come from Tanzania. The blue stone, yes, I should have been wearing my Tanzanite. They are found in Tanzania. And if you go to Arusha, that's where they mine them. So you can also take that tour if you are in. We have the lifestyle in Dar es Salaam and Arusha is one to die for. So if you're a person who is into nightlife and oh my God, there's never nothing happening in those two cities. And then let's see what else.
Arusha, and then what's the other city you recommend?
Dar es Salaam, which is the capital city.
Okay,
We
cool.
call it Dar and DAR because it's DAR, then dash ES, then dash SALAAM. So you see Salam. Again, this is where the Arabic part of comes in because Salam in Arabic is like a greeting, right? Salam, Salam alaikum. So mind you also, when you go to Zanzibar, it is a Muslim countries. They don't really care much about Yes, that was the one. Because my friends tell me I'm now a Tanzanian tourist because they revoked my Tanzanian citizenship because I only visit. But yeah, once you're a tourist, they don't care. You can dress how you want, but just be mindful if you're going into churches or mosques, dress appropriate. But anywhere else, you can have your shorts, your ass popping. They don't care. But
that's awesome. Okay, so
and especially if you're white, they see they're like, okay, they really don't belong here.
Right?
they
Like,
can look at you
tourist.
sideways if you're dark skinned, but if you're white, they really no.
Oh, transportation. So what is a good transportation for someone to take that is a tourist in Tanzania?
Okay, I wouldn't recommend public transport because even me, when I lived there, I didn't do public transport. To be on the safe side, because we had something like Uber and stuff, but last year I had there was kind of something going on because a lot of bad driving and bad calculating were being promoted. So I would just say the best way is either our city is very walk free, like it's very easy to walk around. So walk or hire a driver. To be on the safe side, hire a car, hire a driver to take you around or connect. I know from the hotel might be a little bit expensive. So if you're using a travel agent or if you know somebody back there, or you can always reach out to me and I can connect you with trustworthy people. But hiring a driver with a car, that will be the safest way. And you can try the public transport, but I wouldn't recommend you using it. I mean, it's always nice to say, I'm a person who uses public transport, so I like to test other countries' public transport, but just for the fun of it, not for like the everyday use. I'd be like, I at least want to say I've been on that train and that bus just to compare and experiment. But yeah, hire a very trusted driver because that way you know exactly they won't charge you more or less or anything, like it's a standard.
So make sure
again,
so they have a standard price if you hire a driver, so you don't have to
because they'll give you either for a day or a week, that way you're done. But I've had different stories about these Ubers where, and especially if that's the thing, they can also take advantage of you if they know you're not from there and you're not sure where you're going. So they might charge you way more than what, because you don't know. Yeah, because you don't know. So, but when you hire somebody who they already know they're working with you for your entire trip or for one day on the day that you want to go around, they'll give you a base pay.
And what about like airlines and airports? Like, is there a better airport to fly in Tanzania, or is there only one? Like, how does that work?
Well, we have only one. Again, if you're going straight to Dar es Salaam, we have one. If you're going straight to Zanzibar, we have one. So unlike America, we don't have, well, we have airports on different states. But again, if you're going, Dar es Salaam and Zanzibar, the main ones. So depending where you're going from. And as far as airlines, I'm a big KLM and Emirates because I know we don't have, I believe British Airways used to go direct. But again, it also depends on what state you're coming from. Because even with KLM, I'm a big fan believer in KLM. It never used to stop in Atlanta. I used to go to either New York or DC and then get one which will take me all the way to Netherlands, then Dar es Salaam. But that one is the less hours. Emirates, you go all the way to Dubai. Then there's always going to be a layover. I'm not sure if there's a direct flight yet, but I'll keep you posted on that.
Okay.
But there's always a layover. And as far as airlines, again, it all depends with your budget. And if you're going to Tanzania, I would say book early. The earlier you book, the cheaper the flight. And try not to book in peak season.
What is peak season in Tanzania?
Summer, December. Because everybody's going there during the summer because we have so much events during the summer. It's crazy.
The seasons are flipped in Tanzania because it's below the equator, correct?
No, here in Tanzania, the summer is the same. December, because it's a holiday season and most people are running away from the cold countries to go to warm places because it's warm down there. So it's the highest peak season.
Okay, so you want to stay away in December for sure.
Yeah, it's only South Africa where it's flipped. When you guys are cold here, South Africa is warm, and then when it's cold there, yeah. If you're gonna go in December, book way early. Because then again, Tanzania is beautiful in December. That's why even me during my holidays, I'll make sure that's the time I go home. During Christmas, the city is also a little bit quiet because everybody goes to their villages. We have this tribe called Wachaga. Since everybody knows them, like even people be like, yes, it's this time Wachaga have gone to their because they go to Moshi all the time. So Moshi is the city where it pops in Christmas, and then everybody comes home for New Year's. So we don't have cold and season. We have rainy seasons. It's almost summer throughout the year. Anytime you go, you're gonna have fun.
What would be a good time to go where it's not like super rainy, but it's also not super touristy?
So rainy season is April, May, June. March, April, May, those are the rainy season. And then also December, November, December, it's rainy season.
So is it February and March a good time to go, or like October, November?
Yes, where it's not so many people and not so much hot. It's still cool because Tanzania can get really, really hot.
Oh my gosh, I can imagine. That makes sense.
Very high.
You said before earlier that the Tanzania and Zanzibar are under the same, like they have different presidents, but they're the same. I don't know, are they under the same country? So like if I go from Tanzania into Zanzibar, do I need to have my passport? Is that considered going into another country?
You will need your passport because when you enter Tanzania, you will either you can get a visa in our embassy or you can get visa on arrival. Zanzibar is in Tanzania, but then it has its own president.
So do I need a visa? Like, is it considered going to?
No, once you get your Tanzania visa, it's fine. You just need your passport as an ID. And the thing is, once you're in Dar es Salaam, you can take a flight, which is 45 minutes, or you can take a boat. I believe it's an hour and a half, 2 hours by boat. Or you can take a flight, and they're those really small flights which fit like 5-6
puddle
people.
Jumpers, they call them. Yep, puddle jumpers. Yeah.
I feel like 45 minutes is even a lot. I think in 30 minutes. And shout out to my cousin brother who's getting married today in Zanzibar.
Woohoo!
And he's actually marrying an American woman, a white American woman. So there we go.
Nice. That's awesome. All right. So beaches, Paula, what are some of your favorite beaches in Tanzania?
Oh my God. That is one thing any country I move to, I get. Like, we have so many beaches. Like, people live in their backyard, their beaches. Like, beaches are all... It sounds weird saying beaches. But we have so many beaches. Like, how here you have to plan an entire beach trip either to Savannah or Miami, or there you call each other in the morning, hey, are we going to the beach? Yes. And in less than an hour you're at the beach. Like, I miss.
Yes, I have that actually where I live in Oregon, which is really nice. It's like an hour to the beach.
So the beaches are everywhere. I don't even know what my favorite beach in Tanzania is.
Is there like a better location? Like, are the southern beaches nicer than the northern beach?
I would say the beaches where I always forget that one. And I haven't been to it yet because every time I go home for holidays and the day they plan it, because I'm that person who never tells my friend when I'm leaving or when I'm coming because of my own superstitions and my family issues. So I always disappear and then just appear. So they always plan it on the day that I'm leaving, and because I can't tell them, oh my God, I'm leaving that day, and I'm just like, yeah, cool. And next thing they're calling me, I'm already on the plane on my way out. So I've never been to it, but you kind of take a tiny boat, which is like 20 minutes. Like you have to take a boat at the port, and you take a boat and it takes you to the other side. They are more exclusive, more nice, and it's all, by the way, y'all seafood, y'all think America's seafood and the prices you pay for it. Come to Tanzania, like the seafood is, so this beach only caters to seafood. Like those lobsters, you get those lobsters and you pay for less than what you'd pay here, and it's just excluded. Oh my God, I will make sure I give you that name. I keep forgetting what it's called. But yeah, there's that. And then people also drive to Bagamoyo, where it's like an hour away. And Bagamoyo is just known for its beaches. Like when you enter Bagamoyo, it's just beaches everywhere. You have to choose a boat which can take you to the other side.
Here are some beaches that I found on Trip Savvy. So there's Nungwi Beach, Nungwi.
That's in Zanzibar.
So this one, it says this one is in Nungwi Beach. Oh, Tanzania, sorry. This other one is Kendwa Beach, Kendwa.
Kendwa is in Zanzibar. They normally do the full moon party once a month or every other month there. Kendwa is amazing, yes.
Full moon party, that sounds amazing.
Oh yes, we used to do a lot of full moon parties.
Okay, another one they mentioned is Nemba Island, Mnemba.
Yes, that one is in the
Saidani National Park.
That one I don't even know.
Sange Beach, Sange.
That one I don't know.
Okay, that's okay. I'm sure there's a ton of beaches. Like I used to live in Florida. I don't know all the beaches in Florida. Ras Katani Beach, and then there's Fanhove Island.
That's all in Tanzania. Those are names I'm not here. I've never had them.
These are saying they're all in Tanzania, or like it's an island that's part of Tanzania.
We do have a lot island and beaches. That's one thing. Like if you're into them, we have all of those.
So when you're going to a beach in Tanzania, I'm assuming like what does like a typical beach look like? Is it just like the beach and then you can rent beach chairs, or do they have facilities there, or what does a typical beach look like in Tanzania?
We do not have renting chairs or any of that. Unless you're going to islands, or like when you're in Zanzibar, and because most of the hotels in Zanzibar are on the beach side. So specific hotels, depending on how expensive they are, they will have their own where you can reserve. But unlike America, we don't pay extra for those cabanas and shit.
That's awesome. Cool.
But most people just there's Mafia Islands. Like we have so many islands, and it's just water, and you bring your own stuff like chairs, or most of us just put blankets on the sand, because we just like the sand. We are beach people, like we like the sand, and half of the time it's just the food is there. Most beaches allow you to bring your own drinks, like people bring their own bottles and stuff, and just have fun. Like it's very simple for us. All that corporate stuff is in America.
This sounds really cool.
The place is Mbudia, Mbudya, Mbudia Island. I had to Google it myself and find out what Mbudia Island. I've always wanted to go to that one, but people always schedule them on the day that I'm leaving. So I've not been lucky to go to that, but I've seen enough videos and pictures of my friends and people who go there, and I know it's fun. So Mbudia Island should be one of your top lists. But you'll go crazy finding islands and beaches, because that's what we are known for, Tanzania. Like, you see how many you were reading, and I'm like, I don't know that, and I still know way more. We have ones where you need to get a boat to go to them, and we have ones where you literally just drive and park your car, and it's a hotel, a restaurant, and beach. So when you go to the ones which there's a hotel, restaurant, and beach, probably you can't bring your own drinks, but we grew up there. We still find ways to sneak, and anybody can find ways to sneak. I mean, even some places in America, you can't bring certain stuff, but people find ways of sneaking them. You just gotta be clever about it. Then we have those ones where when you go with the boat to that beach, most of them you can bring anything. But then again, bribes in Tanzania work. If you find that person you can bribe, it will go a long way. They'll make sure you get everything without being disturbed. Like bribes work in Tanzania. I'm telling you, bribes work. So if you can afford to bribe.
So if I'm going to bribe somebody in Tanzania, like how much do I need to give them that I'm not insulting them?
So Now that's a hard question because it all depends on what you're bribing for and where you are.
Say I'm going to a beach and I want to bring alcohol, but it's like a beach that has a hotel and I'm trying to bribe somebody to get on the beach, the hotel beach.
Okay, so let me see how much. $20. You good?
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, but make sure you have it in shillings, because if you give them in dollars, make sure then you're giving them a little bit more, because they have to find ways to BOD change that, and depending with the BOD change, and that's access. But if you're giving them like just fold it and be like, what can we work? And make sure you're also hard, but because if you're just laughing and accepting, they might ride you for more, because bribes work in Tanzania and they can take a lot from you. So make sure you also know your limit, and you also so it's always good. That's what I'm saying. Either your driver or just have somebody who you trust who's from there that can bargain for you, because especially if you're white, they see you're white, they can take you in for more compared to what. But if somebody is bargaining for you, it kind of comes. But yeah, bribes work in Tanzania.
That's awesome. Okay, so Paula, at the end of every episode, I ask people my questions, and so my first question I will ask you is what is a city, region, or place you would highly recommend to a traveler?
I would do two, either Arusha or Mwanza. And if you're a seafood person, Mwanza is the city, because Mwanza is, we call it the rock city, where it's really just the water surrounding the city. So, and it has good architecture, it has good food, it has good vibes, and it's such an underrated city, and that's why I love it.
So how do you spell it?
Mwanza, Mwanza. So Mwanza, I would definitely recommend. And if you're a party person, I would definitely recommend Arusha. But also stay safe, because that's a lot of rich people live in Arusha. They have that rich life mentality. It's an expensive city, and a lot of robbery and guns. So I'm telling you to be safe. But also, if you want a good turn-up time, Arusha is for you. And then Zanzibar, if you are those people who just want beaches and lakes and islands and to relax, Zanzibar is for you.
The next question I have for you is, what is your next trip you're taking or thinking about taking?
I am planning my 35. I have so many plans planned, but trips end up, stuff happen, and then it might not work out. But the one big one that I am working on, and no matter what, I'm planning to spend my 35th birthday in Greece, Santorini. So if anybody has some recommendations, some advice, anything, that's going to be next year in June. That's why I'm taking my time. I want to plan it properly. I've been waiting to go to Santorini, and I want to do it right. And I'm hoping by this year, December, I can also go to Ibiza. That's one place I also want to go in Spain, Ibiza. I want to go dance electro. I want to dance it out with all the Ibiza is Ibiza or Greece, Santorini. Those are two places. The rest are just local here in America that don't even need space in this podcast.
Sounds good. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, Paula, this has been so much fun. So please tell my listeners where they can find you. I put some information down at the bottom about your shop, but where can people find you online if they want to get a hold of you? And I'll also put your links in the show notes as well.
I want to be as good as a podcaster like my host over here, because I was saying all this and I'm like, oh my God, this is all amazing. Why don't I do this? But it's just nice to see, grab your share of cool swag at WW. But you know what? But you can find me. I'm a stand-up because I can't say the word, but you see, talk SHIT with P on any platform. It's one word. I'm on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. I have a page, Twitter. I talk all my SHIT on Twitter. And I just like connecting with people. I like sharing experiences. I like having those deep conversations that most people don't like. And I like making people uncomfortable, because I feel like amazing conversations happen from when people are uncomfortable. Find me there, reach out to me. I'm a very bubbly person, very honest, very straightforward, and I talk a lot of SHIT.
Awesome.
And I'm also a mental health advocate. So,
well, Paula, thanks so much for making the time to come on to the Travel Gluten-Free podcast today. This has been a blast.
I mean, after the back and forth of trying to find the perfect time, and last minute we ended up finding an improper time. This was amazing. I was not prepared for this because this was scheduled to be next week. And stuff happens, and last minute, oh my God, finally made an appearance. It took him a long time.
Yes, my cat. I know. He's
I'm like,
here.
I'm the closing act. I'm right on time to close this. But yeah, I'm glad we were able to do it. Just watch out. I will be back because I plan on making a Tanzanian care package. It kind of works out perfect because my sister is coming all the way from Tanzania. So I'm making out the care package. And just FYI, we are also known for our batik clothing. You remember at Podfest, every time I've presented, I've worn a suit that was made in Tanzania by a tailor.
Oh.
And this last time, even, what's her name? Salisha was like, oh my God, I love your suit. But also Salisha is a big fan of pink. So anytime she sees pink, she goes crazy. I told her to, as a wedding present / birthday present, I'll get her an outfit done. And she gave me her measurements and I sent them home. And my uncle just came back last week and I actually have to mail it to her in New York. And I ordered my presentation outfits for next year because I never know when somebody's coming. So now, because I might be in 2-3 different panels, I might have to order more. I get my stuff because I know sometimes Ross and other places try to order them, even on Amazon. Even our coffee, you can find it on Amazon, but they sell it at the price. I'm like, what? I try to order mine straight from Tanzania, where I know my print is from Tanzania, the tailor who made it is from Tanzania and everything. So I get my traditional attires from back home. So when she gets a care package, when my sister comes and I'll send it to her, we'll do another one where we will talk about in-state experience of Tanzanian culture, food culture.
Yes. Sounds awesome.
Thank you for having me, darling.
Travel Gluten-Free Podcast is a production of Travel Gluten-Free, LLC. Looking for a great way to connect with over 2,000 consumers per month? Contact Delicacies for information on sponsorship levels to boost your business. Subscribe today so you won't miss a single episode of Travel Gluten-Free. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Pandora, Spotify, Stitcher, or wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.